Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Apparently, some of my commenters seem to think that our live streams are better than our videos. That's okay. How's everybody doing? We got some people in here early. We got some early birds in here. First thing I want to address is all the dislikes I've been getting on my restaurant videos. I thought they were pretty creative. And so the general idea that I'm getting is that people think this is bad timing, or, it wasn't very respectful or something like that. But I assure you that my purpose was not to be disrespectful to anybody. My whole purpose in putting these videos about this struggling small business, is to emphasize the struggle of small businesses that's going on right now. I mean, literally, the reason I did the follow-up video, the part 2, is because the evening before, we ordered food, and I had to wait out in the parking lot, and then the young lady brings me out my food to the parking lot, and just exactly what we showed in the video is what happened literally the night before. So that was the inspiration for that video, and this is a really popular restaurant in town, and there was nobody there, so it's so these small businesses are getting hit hard, and it's just the layoffs. I mean, it's just a massive amount of layoffs that are going on across the board, and that's really all I was doing with those videos, was just trying to bring attention that I know there's victims of this disease, and I know that I know that people are going to die from it, and that I was not addressing that at all. I know that, that's the reason why I haven't done a video or anything like that, because I'm not going to be disrespectful for people who are getting sick and dying. But I did want to bring attention to the fact that there is another victim in this whole scenario. So that was my whole point. So I hope people weren't offended. You high-speed multitasker, right? You infantry guys, you can load with one hand and shoot with the other one. uh, so that's kind of what I wanted to address the video, and I apologize if anybody was offended. That wasn't it's never my intent to be disrespectful to anybody or to offend anybody. Just get that out there, because I don't want to be disrespected or somebody to intentionally offend or insult me, on social media or anywhere else. So I try to live by the golden rule as much as I can, except for my kids, but, facts. So, with that being said, we got Volvy back whenever he gets in here. Oh, he's going, Volvy will be going live in, I don't know, whatever his stream says he's going live. Can I hit it? Nah, I won't do it. Well, the other things we're going to go over is the Senate relief package was sent to the House today. I haven't got an update on whether it passed the House yet or not. I'm sure it probably will. This relief package, it is 800 and I need to get my tab. I'll wait till Bobby gets here. I'll look at my tablet, but it's 800 and something pages long, and I did the courtesy of skimming through this thing. And basically what it boils down to, let me explain to you. There's a Facebook page called El Paso Pork Fest. Pork as in pigs, right? Pork Fest, which is what we're talking about, is like what they call like greedy politicians and stuff is, pork. Cause I forget what they used to refer to it as, like pork barrels or some pork barrel spending, stuff like that. They're just, politicians and stuff that just spend. So this was a $2 trillion, $2 trillion relief package. Trillions. Trillions. $2 trillion. Because one wasn't enough. Now, I just want to put this in perspective. I don't know if people really understand what $1 trillion is. So, like $1 million is 1,000 $1,000 bills. That's $1 million. So, a billion is 1,000 million bills. A trillion is 1,000 billion dollar bills. So we're talking about 2,000 billion dollars. That's a lot of flow. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of flow. There's 300 million people in the United States. So that's a lot of money for every single American, but we're getting $1,200 each, right? So let me get a calculator real quick. I'm gonna add this up. Let's do this real quick. We're gonna add this up real quick. I should have done this beforehand. I'd have had the numbers ready for you, but it won't take me long because I am a master mathematician. So there's 300 million people in the United States. 300 million people in the United States, right? So we are going to divide that. No. Oh, no. What am I doing? So let's see. And that's every man, woman, and child is 300 million. So it's going to be like, and not everybody's getting money, right? So it's like, I think there's a cutoff for income somewhere. And then you get like, that's per adult income. And then you get like $500 per kid or something. So this is going to be a really rough estimate. So it's going to be $1,200 times 300 million. 300 million is equal to 360 billion. So $360 billion, right? So that's how much it would cost. That's how much it's going to cost if, of course, it's less than that. I just explained why. So that would be 360 billion. So we're going to go with, I don't even know if this calculator will go up to 2 trillion. We'll see. Okay, that's million. That's 200 million. That's 200 billion. That's 2 trillion. Okay, so 2 trillion minus 360. 3, 1, 2, 3. That leaves $1,640 billion. That's a lot of flow, right? So that's how much is left over if we gave every 300 million men, women, and children in the United States, actually like 330, but we're not going to go back into that. You get the point. There's $1.6 trillion left over after that. So basically what this is a $1,200 check to the citizens wrapped up in this giant pork sandwich. And I'll get into some of the details of the pork here in a minute. So I'm Libertarian Dave. Welcome to my channel. If you wonder what a libertarian is, libertarians is a political philosophy that believes in individual liberty above all, smallest possible government, free market system, individual rights. I already said that, didn't I? And the non-aggression principle. What we mean by the non-aggression principle is we don't believe that anybody should have threatened by physical force, theft, or fraud. So you should be protected from the government and from the government, by the government, from physical fraud and theft. That's the non-aggression principle. So aggression is considered physical violence, fraud, and theft. And you should be protected from those things, even from the government. So let's get Volvy in here, and we'll start going over some of this stuff. Yo, you ready? There he is.
Hey, it's 4. All right.
Yeah. I didn't want to get too far into this stuff.
Oh, cool.
Before I didn't want to get into the package details. I did get.
Oh,
you
package.
know what? I already got into some of the package details.
No.
So I might have to go over it. I think Josh is the only one watching anyway.
Okay.
Anybody else watching besides
you got
Josh?
5 concurrent viewers.
Well, one of them's me and 2 of them's Josh. So who else is watching? One of them was
Josh
you.
got 2 accounts. Okay.
Josh,
I'm off now.
Josh said 2. He's watching on 2 and playing Diablo at the same time.
What? Yeah, I forget he's a Diablo guy. Yeah, both of you guys. I'm gonna put this so it's not all in the hallway. Hey, what's up, guys? I like the topic. Hold on.
So did you listen to the song, Josh? Did you like the song, the opening song? Oh, you didn't have. You didn't have the song playing on yours.
I did have it. It was planned. It was planned. We need vaccines really fast.
What are you doing? What do
we
you
don't
want to give
have vaccines. Yeah.
Huh?
I know. Go play.
What was he asking for?
I had sour patch.
Oh, you
Sour
giving him
Patch
junk?
candy.
You giving
I
him
did.
candy?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Uncle Marcus.
Hey, what's up there, Evolvers? As you guys coming in, as you guys know, I am hi, Miss Johnson. Okay, calling me by my
Mr. Johnson.
Calling me by my
Mr. Johnson must be one of your students.
Okay. No, hey, what's up, guys? So
I'll be right back. I gotta get
yeah,
something.
go ahead. Well, I'll go with my intro. I'm actually here on Dave Moreno his channel today. Because he does a lot of political, and plus he's one of the representative here in El Paso. So I come on his channel every now and then, kind of debate and give my thoughts on certain topics when I can. You'll need to go to his channel. I will put the link in the description.
Oh, is that showing? I need.
I'll put the link in the description, and you won't see this green screen You won't see this green screen background and whatnot. So, if you want to go to this, because he's got a lot of videos that he's going to be playing all throughout here. So, I'll put the link in the description. He has quite a few topics he's going to be talking about. I found them interesting. I said, hey, can I come in, talk to them, talk about it with you? So, that's what we usually do. I believe, let me go ahead and put this up. So, did you go over all the topics that we're going to be talking about? Or
I kind of put it in the description, but no.
Okay.
I know somebody somebody posted a comment and said, "Y'all need to stick to your topics because you spastic or something like that." Basically saying we're all over the place.
We're all over the place.
We're all over the place. We got a comment that said that. So.
All right, so we do take a time. I got ads on my live stream. So, I don't even know.
Don't complain. Oh, you're gonna need that money,
right?
$1,200 ain't gonna go that far.
$1,200. So is that the package?
That's the package.
So today we are talking about Donald Junks. Sorry, this package has got me.
Oh man, Freudian slip.
We're today on his channel, on his podcast there, guys. We are talking about Donald Trump's package. His package that he had, it's actually a pretty large package for Americans.
It's huge. It's huge. It's bigly.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's the biggest package ever.
It's super huge. Everyone will love it. Everyone loves my packages. Except Ivana. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Ivana's his daughter.
That's his daughter. Oh, what's his wife?
Melania.
Melania.
Jesus. No, Ivana was his ex-wife.
What?
Is it?
No, I think that's his wife name.
No, Melania is his wife. I know
Melania
that.
is his wife.
I know that
Okay. All right. Okay, so you want to go over? I want to hear. You had details. You have details on the package.
I got the package. You want to see the package?
That's what we're starting with.
So I already went through this, but since I think Josh was the only one listening, he's just gonna have to listen to it again. So the package itself, if you're looking, how many pages is it? That's the first thing I want.
This is how much money you guys are getting.
No. Let's look at how many pages it is.
It's why 800 over 800 pages.
854 pages long is. I tell you, when he's talking about a big package, it's big.
I gotta hear this.
It's a big package. So the whole package is gonna cost $2 trillion.
Oh, did he get that approved?
Well, it's passed the Senate. It's in and there's no fluff, sort of. They didn't. The Democrats and the Republicans didn't try to put because they always do that with bills, is they try to put something in there like, hey, Trump, if you want to be the hero with this package, then you're going to have to let me put some of my package in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I want to get this, this park revitalized, or I want to get this gun control law passed, or I want to get this, whatever law passed here or there, and then you got to put that in there. And but no, they didn't do anything like that.
Okay.
But man, is it a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
$2 trillion.
So is it free money?
Nothing's ever free money. There's no such thing as free money. Y'all know that, right? No such thing free money. Money's got to come from somewhere. It's $2 trillion. $2 trillion. So to explain this again, what $1 trillion is.
Okay.
So $1 million.
Someone's on the couch. Okay.
Yeah. $1 million is $1,000 bills. $1,000 bills, right? $1 billion is 1,000 $1,000,000 bills. $1 trillion is 1,000 $1 billion bills.
That's what it is.
So $2 trillion, and I did the math already. $2 trillion. If there's 300 million people, I think it's like 330, but we'll go with 300 million just to make the math easier.
Right.
So $3 million, 300 million people in the United States. If you gave every man, woman, and child in the United States, which they're not doing,
Okay.
The millionaires and stuff aren't getting no money, and then children are only getting $500 each.
Right.
We're gonna get like 1,200, and they get 500 each.
Okay.
But anyways, we're just gonna make the math easy. 300 million people, everybody gets $1,200 each. That comes out to, what was it? It comes out to $360 billion. Sounds like that's a lot of money, right?
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot. $360 billion. You subtract $360 billion from $2 trillion, and you're left with $1.64 trillion.
Still got a lot of money left.
A lot of money left over. So where's all that other money going, right?
What's going to go to the businesses and stuff? Small businesses.
No, small businesses. You think small businesses? They got you in here. They'll give you a loan.
A loan? No, I'm supposed to get money.
They're going to give you a loan.
A loan?
Yeah,
Wait, I got to pay it back?
Yeah, of course. But the interest rate's going to be capped at 4%.
Wait, I thought I get free money.
You could get $1,200.
No. What about my business? I got a business to run. I don't need loans.
We can give you a loan. I could show you in the bill.
Bring that up. Wait, small businesses?
Well,
we're getting
it's 800 pages, so
we're getting loans?
I'll try to scroll through it. The beginning parts.
Wait, are you joking?
No.
We're getting loans.
You're getting loans, man. Okay, let's see. Here's the. I made some notes. So direct payments is $1,200 per taxpayer.
That's the link to his site. To his.
Oh no, I'm not even getting. You're not getting this $1,200.
What do you mean?
You're not getting it.
Individuals.
Okay, so I just copy and pasted. $1,200 per taxpayer with incomes up to $75,000.
Okay.
With a phase out beginning at the level and ending at $99,000 in income. Mm-hmm. Families will also receive $500 per child. Payments will be issued by the Treasury Department through direct deposit and physical checks in the coming weeks.
Okay.
Weeks. Yeah. I'm not getting a check.
No.
You're probably not getting a check.
That's crazy.
So there's a $500 billion corporate relief fund.
So I'm not going to get a check. Interesting.
$500 billion corporate relief fund.
Oh.
Set aside for the Federal Reserve to leverage into loans to distressed companies. Right? So some corporations are going to get some loans also. $75 billion is available for the specifically hard hit industries. Okay, there's going to be some. The Democrats argued that they wanted transparency and oversight to make sure that.
Okay, so people are asking. They want to know. Hey, so I guess they're not getting their individual. They want to know. She makes $35,000. What is she getting?
She should get the $1,200, and then how many kids she got?
2.
2 kids, so she's gonna get $1,300, or she's gonna get.
So anyone making
$2,200.
So anyone making over 75 don't get money?
They're saying that I guess after they pay everybody with 75
or less.
Or less, then they'll start issuing out to up to $99,000.
What about
people
the
with
small
income.
businesses?
Oh, well, the small loans to small businesses. The loans, which total more than $367 billion, will be made by community banks and federally guaranteed. They would carry a nominal interest rate, which is no more than 4%. but any portion used to keep employees on staff or pay critical costs like rent or utilities would be forgiven. Small businesses also get new tax incentives to keep people on payroll.
Wait. Let's go back to that. If they're used to keep employees on staff and pay,
Like
so I don't
rent
gotta
and
pay.
utilities
So I
would be
don't gotta pay
forgiven.
that part of the loan back. Is
Forgiven,
that what
yeah.
they're saying?
Any portion of the loan that's used to keep employees on staff. So that would help you out.
Oh yeah,
Would
so
be
all
forgiven.
of it. Because
There's
I'm
a
not just
difference.
spending. That's all I need.
There's a difference between being forgiven, though. So that's what you really need. We need to investigate what that
Forgiven.
word forgiven means.
I don't gotta pay that back. It's forgiven.
I hope so.
Loan forgiveness.
I think you really.
Because that's all I need the money for. That's all we're gonna
Yeah,
use
you
it
don't really
for.
have any
Just
overhead.
pay.
You don't have any overhead.
No, I work in school, so I don't have rent.
But I didn't see that in the actual text though.
Oh shoot.
About that forgiveness. Oh no, I did. Yeah, it's in there.
You're right.
It's
I
in
do
there.
gotta find out what forgiven means.
Yeah.
Loan forgiveness.
If you got a default just to be forgiven, then that's probably not a good idea. It's not going to help your credit rating.
Right. Interesting. Okay, and they said it's 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, it's going to be federally guaranteed. That means the banks. That's why the banks will loan you money at such a low interest, 4%.
Wow. I don't know. I guess it's not too bad then. Okay, that's something I'm gonna have to get into. Detroit is already destroyed. Mr. Volvy. Hey, Adrian.
I think Detroit was destroyed before this thing even started. Detroit's been in bad shape.
It has been.
Detroit has the
No.
okay. So the top 25 largest cities in the country, Detroit has the highest property tax rate and the lowest median income. Guess who's second highest? El Paso. And guess who's
Really?
second lowest? El Paso. So you literally on this spectrum you have Detroit, El Paso.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if Detroit's destroyed, then if we're looking economically, El Paso's next.
New Orleans is the one who fed up. Yeah, guys. So I just posted up the link. So if I'm actually on his podcast today, Dave's podcast, one of the officials here in El Paso. I do podcasts when he talks about subjects. So I posted a link up on right there. You can go to his channel, so you won't see all the green screen. You'll see his background. You'll be able to see the videos that he got planned. So definitely go over to and hit that link. New Orleans is fed up. Oh, I thought you were talking about New Orleans is the feds. I was like, what?
Man, New Orleans, y'all get no love down there. I mean, nature beating you up, and such a great town too.
Yeah.
It's a lot like El Paso, man. Just a really culture.
I've actually never been. That's
culture-rich
one of them.
town,
There's
you
like
know what I
5
mean?
states I haven't been.
I've never been either.
Never been to New Orleans?
No.
Okay.
Just seen everybody I've talked to has been there though. It's a real culture-rich town like El Paso.
It is.
Is it too high? It's probably too high, huh? Should I lower it?
You want to do the high and all that good stuff? What's that?
The camera. I think it's too high. I just threw it up there because we're running out of time. We were already late.
Oh yeah, we are like bouncing down, aren't we?
Yeah.
Looking down,
I don't know.
maybe just a little. Maybe just a little. So yeah, there's that.
So the package.
The package. So everyone's getting $1,200. So everyone, basically everyone in the upcoming weeks is going to be direct deposit or it's going to be mailed to you. Wait.
Still got to get approved by the house.
It's still got to get approved.
Have already been approved by the house.
It looks like everybody's on board with that though.
Who was it?
A lot better. Looks like everyone's on board. And that's what they.
Oh, I can't. Another kind of.
Adriana came over. We see you.
Hey, what's going
367 new cases and DFW.
Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Hey, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mikhail? Mikhail
came over.
Okay, yeah, that's much better. That's much better. What you think?
For sure. Yeah, we're in the bunker.
Yeah, we're back in the
you,
bunker.
I thought you had the gifts, the package.
Oh no, that was just on.
The thumbnail.
I could put it on here. I'll add it. I can add it. Yeah, we can put the pack. Yeah, we got packages. So we got toilet paper too, though. if the package has toilet paper, I mean, that people will probably like that.
That's cool. So $1,200, and then they're doing the businesses. Okay, so this is the question: is it? That's the question I had. In your readings of the package that people are getting, is it? Are they getting a one time, or is this gonna be because this thing ain't stopping, man? Every 2 weeks, people need to be paid.
There was no. Though they're already planning on so $2 trillion, and they're already planning on relief package number 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, they're scheduling those that they're going to talk about. They just want to get this one out as quick as possible. And matter of fact, they this is weird, but they used a bill from December. They basically, it still has the same table of contents. They just deleted the whole bill, slapped this thing on there so they could rush it through the Senate. It's scary that they can even do that.
They can do that.
That's a whole other topic, though. Oh, that's the other thing. The other topic I want to talk about was this North Carolina company that has a test for antibodies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
A lot of people saying that they got the vaccine.
Yeah, we're not going to get spastic, though. We're going to stay on the package until we've ran this package into the ground.
Yeah,
all right.
Too much for my package.
we're gonna wear Trump's package out. Just stop. We gotta stop.
I already demonetized. YouTube's like, I know what y'all doing. Y'all think we stupid.
That didn't show up on there, did it? Is it? It's no, it is. Gotta
Sorry, guys.
Gotta invisible that.
I know y'all are getting like. Oh shoot.
What was that?
I don't know, the wind.
The wind blew something out, down in the house. Jesus, that's a lot of wind.
Okay.
I can't. Can I? I want a chroma key. Can I chroma key it? Do I need a chroma key it to invisible the background, the white stuff?
Yeah. Did he sneakily declare martial law? Someone said.
In the package?
Yeah.
No, he did not. It just took everything away. Oh, that's right. That's what it does when you do custom color, huh? I can't get rid of the background.
No.
I had to go with it.
Yeah.
We'll just make it really small and put it next to the toilet paper.
This has become a Gotta See live. This has become a Gotta See live. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we gotta bump it down one. I'm doing video editing on the fly. We got packages.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Oh,
trying
wait a second. Can I? I should probably. Can't really.
I'm sorry, guys. This is driving me nuts still.
You're not, yeah, and with you doing that, you're driving your audience nuts.
I know.
Yeah, the.
Oh, I think I got it.
So.
And we're gonna turn it over. There we go. Okay. All right. So $1,200, $500, and what are they doing it based on? On they're doing it. I've told that they were thinking about. They're doing it based on your 2018.
Yes.
That's how they're going to get it. I'm pretty
so.
sure it's going to be based on your 2018,
yeah,
those that
so.
filed. But those that didn't file but still was working, hopefully there's a lot of people that didn't file or whatnot and didn't have to file, but they did. Especially...
I think those ones that get mailed a check. So we'll see.
But what I'm saying is that how they're going to... Are there going to be a spot where they can say, "Hey, it's me. I'm right here"? Or how do they?
I guess so.
How do they enroll?
There'll have to be something
Because they can't mail a check if they don't know who to mail it to.
It's not really specified in the package. There we go. We got packages and toilet paper.
Guys, anyone needs that money, needs that cash now. Anyone like her?
Cash now. I need cash now.
Like, is there anyone? Like, I'm being legit. Anyone that's waiting for that?
Michael. Oh, it's pronounced Michael. That's a cool way to spell it.
Michael.
It's coming out of your taxes next year. I didn't read that in the package either. I didn't read the whole thing. It's 850 pages. I did.
There was a part that they said that those that are making that they have payroll deduction. If you're gonna, you can choose to do payroll deduction over if you're making $100K or more. 9. Okay. Cool
What's
deal.
that noise?
It's the wind, man.
That's not the wind. I think it might be my computer.
By the way, the stimulus bill was passed and based on your 2019 taxes, but you haven't filed them yet. No, it would be based on your 2018. You sure? I think they were doing it on the 2018. I don't think that way they can get it out now. I don't think that they were going to do any on the 2019. Someone did say that, someone else said that it was changed to the 2019. Oh, shoot. So I better file? I better file then.
Yeah, I haven't filed my 2019 yet.
Right, in order to make
And it's not because it's just because I'm a libertarian and I hate taxes.
I just have it.
And I'm gonna get some
Dang it.
of the outrageous amount of taxes I paid into the government. They're gonna this is the way I see taxes, income
I
taxes.
gotta file.
When you file an income taxes, the way I see it is the person who stole my money. If I jump through enough hoops and do all of my paperwork right, the thief will give me back a small portion of the money that he stole from me.
It just uploaded
That's
the
income
link.
tax for
Thank you. Oh, you learned how to do it. That was the link to Dave's page that he just posted up. So
Libertarian Dave.
Libertarian Dave, so that
it's
you won't
easy
see
now.
this green screen. You can see that we're in the bunker. You can see some of the videos that we post. So you can go to his channel and whatnot.
Oh, loan forgiveness definition. Got it right there. Look at that. Walked right up on it.
Okay, yes,
Just check
I
it
want to
out.
hear this. This applies to me. I'm
But
sincerely.
it's all in legal speak, though. It sucks. But
Say what you
the term covered loan means a loan guaranteed under paragraph blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 of the Small Business Act as added and blah, blah, blah. The term covered mortgage obligation.
Oh, wait a second. Yes, they reversed it because the original one was changed from 2018, and I filed in March. 15 minutes. Took me 15 minutes, and by the way, you have to also you are setting your return. It's called. Okay. I guess about file.
Expected forgiveness amount means the amount of principal that a lender reasonably expects a borrower to expend during the covered period on the sum of any payroll costs or payments of interest on any covered mortgage obligation. Utility payments to payroll. Okay.
It sounds weird.
Payments of covered rent obligations. So, like, basically, the forgiven money is going to be mortgage costs, rents, utility, and payroll.
Payroll.
Yeah.
And forgiveness mean don't have to pay back. You're forgiven.
I'm getting to that. Forgiveness. An eligible recipient shall be eligible for forgiveness of indebtedness.
Don't tell me eligible. Tell me it's forgiven.
An eligible recipient shall be eligible. It says eligible twice. I'm just reading it. I'm reading, and I'm not reading some news. This is the actual bill. All 854 pages of it. I'm reading from the bill. So this isn't something that like news biased or anything else. So, shall be eligible for forgiveness of indebtedness on a covered loan in an amount equal to the sum of the following costs incurred and payments made during the covered period. During the covered period. What's the covered period?
Yeah.
You have to look that up too. Payroll costs. Any payment of interest on any covered mortgage obligation.
So now I gotta find out the eligibilities.
Yeah. This is treatment of amounts forgiven. That's what we need to get to too. Principal on any payment of any interest on any covered mortgage obligation, which shall not include any payment of or a payment of principal on a covered mortgage obligation. So it's just interest. Any payment on any covered rent obligation, any covered utility payment. Treatment of amounts forgiven. In general, amounts which have been forgiven under this section shall be considered canceled indebtedness by a lender authorized under Section 7 of Small Business Act. So it's pretty cut and dry. So it works out great for you, from what it sounds like, if you're eligible. They will cover, but you haven't had any payroll. It's not going to help you at all. Because you don't have any payroll expenses during the covered period because you had to lay all your people off.
Because they ain't working.
Because they ain't working. Because, oh my God.
So they still ain't getting paid.
No, they still ain't getting paid. Because you can't pay them if they're not working because you're a nonprofit.
Oh, it only covers payroll. Why would they be covering rent and they're going to shut everything down? Say, hey, we got you on your rent. You telling us we're shut down, though.
Well, no, that makes sense for like a small business that has to shut down. Is they're going to be forgiven for rent payment during that period when they're shut down.
Gotcha.
So because they're not bringing in any income, so at least their rent and their utilities will be paid. The problem is well, a small business, unlike a nonprofit,
right,
can have their workers working, can pay their workers while they're not working.
Right.
If they wanted to, they could give them paid leave or whatever.
True.
If that can be considered payroll, I don't know. If paid leave would be considered payroll.
Yeah, if people start cashing in on their sick days during this
But
time.
still, is that payroll though? If an employer said you're going to be, because of this coronavirus, you're going to be put on paid leave, is that considered payroll?
Dang, I thought I could pay these guys something during this time, but you're right. They're only paying if they're working.
It's payroll costs. So literally, I mean, and this is the only part that really benefits the citizens.
And
I'm not even going to wait till I get down to the bottom.
And that's crazy. So they're saying you can take out a loan and we're going to guarantee you your money. You can pay your people during this time, but we're not covering
Do you have
it
an
if
airport?
they're not working it. Huh?
Do you have an airport?
Do I have an airport?
Yeah, an airport. Because they're giving grants to airports.
What? That's what I need.
$300 billion is going to airport grants.
What, for their rent?
For grants. For airports. Are getting grants.
We are the ones that need grants. No, give them the
wrote
loan.
You know what? I did a.
This is insane.
You know, I was going nuts when I was reading this, and I was texting Max. El Paso Pork Fest. Just look up a Facebook page called El Paso Pork Fest. Join it. Max Grossman. He's
small
he's
businesses
professor
get
here.
loans,
He runs it.
and you got to pay back.
Yeah.
These other people, they get grants.
Yeah. I did a lot of details to Max.
The ones that really actually, the small business and the people that actually really push the economy into several different lanes as far as food and clothing, to actually push it. The ones that need it the most, that needs the grants the most, make them get the loan. What I'm asking is, why is an airport going to go out of business if they don't get the grant? And if they have to take out a loan?
Probably not.
Probably not. Are we going to go out of business if we have to take out a loan? Probably so, yes. Small businesses having to take out loans, they're barely making it, and then they can't. So you're setting it. So the government is setting it up so they can.
There's still nothing to cover lost revenue. There's nothing to cover.
This is garbage. This garbage. Not even for me. I'm mad for my people because the fact that they put
the
payroll,
exact same people. I did 2 videos, the first ever sequel in Libertarian Minutes, trying to emphasize the hardships of small businesses, and people got mad at me, but that was the whole point, is to emphasize the struggles of small businesses. So.
This is a bunch of garbage, man. It's a bunch of dog food.
Don't worry about it. I'm trying. I see you.
I get screwed. They get grants. The people that need
the video I'm gonna play here in a little bit of Trump's talking about trying to get Americans back to work, and that's
they're setting themselves up to be able
true.
to take over some of these small businesses is what they're doing, because some of these small businesses ain't gonna be able to pay that government loan back, and then the government gonna want that business, gonna want their money. You're indebted to them.
So if you want to know what
that's shady.
If you want to know what some of the the porkness is of let me just briefly tell you what some of your $1,200 that you're going to get from.
None of my staff is watching. I'm sorry. I do something for y'all.
I did like a quick summary as I was talking to Max from El Paso Pork Fest. So I want to go quick summary. I just copy and pasted, but I can briefly go over some of the stuff. So I'm going to tell you where some of the other The other $1.6 trillion is going in this thing. So what is this? Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm not done. I got to scroll up some more.
I'm gonna make sure they get some.
Here's a good one. The FDA, the federal agency that dropped the ball on the test kits and probably cost a bunch of other lives and stuff, and is still continuously trying to regulate companies that are trying to get test kits out to the public. Yeah, including a test kit that will tell you, it's a little finger prick that will tell whether you have antibodies or not. And if you have the antibodies, they could take plasma from you and save lives of people who are immune compromised. So the FDA is the one holding all these companies up. There's literally companies out there that are teetering on the brink of defying federal law in order to get test kits and stuff, just test kits, out to the public because they're dragging their feet on approving them for public use. Test kits, like swabs. So that agency, the FDA, the one who's about as worthless and incompetent as the rest of the federal government, they're getting $80 million. The FDA.
It's ridiculous.
They're getting $80 million.
Whoever the government use as far as issuing these guaranteed loans are about to make bank. They're the ones that win. All these small companies, they're going to default and on these loans during this time. Trust me. Even if it's a small interest, but they're gonna have so much money guaranteed by the government. That's messed up. Brands.
Local and city governments are going to get a what is it?
Oh, I thought this was on the charger. It's not on the charger.
It came unplugged. So this how much is it going to help? How much is $1,200 going to help you? I mean, it'll help, I guess, right? Especially if you're sitting at home wondering how you're going to pay your rent, pay your bills. I mean, the good thing is there's also a clause in here that says they can't evict you, and they can't default you on your mortgage. If you can't pay your mortgage during this time period, then their lenders cannot default you on your mortgage. Basically, your credit report's going to sit still. So you can't default and they can't evict you. Which works good because they can't evict renters.
Everybody's crying for Bernie.
And the owners of the property can't
good.
default on their mortgage loans too. So that's a good thing. This thing keeps resetting. So local law enforcement is getting $850 million. Is going to local law enforcement agencies. To all these dollar amounts.
So why is local law enforcement? They're still working though, right?
Yeah. They got their normal paychecks and stuff.
Yeah, they're still getting their paychecks.
It's just extra. It's extra.
Wait, why?
To respond to coronavirus. I'll read it to you. It's available until expended to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus, domestically or internationally, to be awarded. All of these things say the same thing. Whenever I give a dollar amount to an agency, this is the reasoning. The reasoning is always the same. To remain available until expended to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus, domestically or internationally.
That's a lot of money.
Awarded
for some masks.
Pursuant to the formula allocation. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I guess they got to get more of the suits and stuff and masks.
NASA got $60 million.
For research?
For an additional amount for safety, security, and mission services to remain available until September to prevent, prepare.
Why is NASA
to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus?
Why?
Domestically or
These
internationally?
are not the people that do the vaccine. These are not the NASA has nothing to do with getting a vaccine.
Legal Service Corporation gets $50 million.
Why is NASA in this? Why is all these business?
Hey, we're still talking about the package, people. Okay?
He's looking after
Trump's gigantic $2 trillion package.
His homies now, like all my homies.
Oh, I'm not even remotely close to being done.
NASA homie, I got you.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Airport homie, I got you. Looking at
you came to that conclusion way faster than I did. You know, I was scrolling through and I finally was like, he's just paying every federal entity something. Yeah, every federal department is getting something. The Department of Transportation, the Forestry Service is getting money. The Forestry Service.
Everybody like all of it. You got me.
The Department of Defense? Oh my God. I think it's like $300 billion to the Department of Defense.
And all this is covered up by, hey, but you get $1,200, citizens.
Oh, and hey, here's the best one of all. Let me show you this one, right? Oh, here you go. It's $10 billion grants and aid for airports.
$10 billion for airports. They shut down!
Here's a good one, right? This one is part of the Senate, right? The Senate's the one who just approved this thing. So here's one for the Senate. Look at this one. Look at this one. This is my favorite. What's that one?
Miscellaneous items. What? $9 million? What? What, couches? $9 million?
Miscellaneous items. Maybe they need to get some Blue Yetis or some.
This is insane.
$9 million for miscellaneous items. This is all in the package.
Why do
your $1,200 is getting? You're going to get $1,200. They're getting $1.6 trillion.
Why does airports need $10 billion? One, they're shut down. If anything,
they're not shut down.
No one can travel.
Go out in the backyard and watch an airplane take off from El Paso International Airport right now. What are you talking about?
They're shut down. No, they're saying there's no flights.
No, they're not. Well, yesterday, did they shut them down last night?
There's no flights.
I saw an airplane take off from El Paso Airport yesterday.
They're not. No one's flying. No one's flying.
Is that true?
It's true. No one's flying. There's no flights.
He don't know what he's talking. He will claim truth even if he's not.
I'm telling you, everybody knows.
He might be like 5% sure.
I am 100% sure that we don't
100% to Volvy is 5%.
No, I'm telling y'all. Everybody knows. No, it's shut down. There's no airport. No, you cannot book a flight. You're not leaving on a flight right now. What are you talking about? No one is flying, but they open cheap tickets.
Airport flights.
Look, even them saying no one's flying. No one can fly.
El Paso International Airport flight.
You think they're letting everybody social distancing go to the airport and meet up and fly? Think about it.
Here's information from Flight View.
Nobody's flying. It goes.
Look at that. American Airlines 6053 in air. Delta Airlines 2060 in air.
But you can't.
American Airlines. They're in air. They're flying right now. I'm telling you. Let's look at some departures right now.
Passengers, us, general public cannot take flights.
Departures. Let's look at some departures right now.
I'm telling you what I know.
We got American Airlines. Oh, that one's canceled to Dallas Fort Worth. Here's one arrived from Denver, Colorado.
They are not. That's not them. These are
There's
patrols.
A lot of canceled though.
These are patrols and whatnot. These are only emergencies.
So American Airlines,
you cannot book a flight. You're not getting on a plane.
That's a lot of planes for patrols.
I'm telling you. All right, not one of them is the
Civil Air Patrol is moving this many people. I'm scared.
Hey, General.
I definitely don't have enough ammo.
Social distancing, but let's let everybody meet up at the airport. No, they cut out. I'm telling you, they cut out.
There's a lot of planes in the air.
Nobody is flying.
There was a bunch canceled, though. I'll give you that.
No, I'm telling you, 100%. It has shut down. If
they
are open, I'm booking a flight now. What do you think?
I have a flight scheduled for 2 weeks from now.
No, you're not going to be able to go. You better check it.
It's scheduled for 2 weeks. They ain't canceled it yet.
You're not.
They ain't canceled my flight yet.
You're not going to. I'm telling you.
What are they going to do? They're going to refund me my money?
Huh? No, they give you a loan.
Can I get it forgiven? Will be forgiven?
Oh.
So following the guidelines to be forgiven?
So, no, seriously. That's what they're not even doing anything. They don't need.
Oh wow. Oh, she's still at work.
Okay. All right. Say you're right. Say you're right. Say which you're not, but say you're right. No, I'm telling you. Say you're right, and This
I'm
speaks
looking
to
on the website of
no,
the
that's not
airport.
general public though. We can't get flights. No one hiring.
That I don't understand. I don't know who that would be if it's not the general public. That was like 30, 40 flights.
That's the patrols, emergency gear, people that have to have jobs that have to get. These are.
I didn't look when they arrived.
No,
just
only,
a bunch of them that arrived.
I'm saying only people that their job requires. It's the social distancing policy like we got. Only thing that can be open right now. What? Walmart, freaking police departments. Only businesses. And if your job required them, the only people that can take flights. FBI.
Air travel canceled.
Yeah, air travel is canceled. And like I was saying, if you were right and people can be booking flights, why would they need $8 billion? They're still getting money then. Why would they need it then?
Okay, it's individually. Airlines are canceling flights individually. Like so far, U.S. Airlines, America, and Delta and United. So most domestic airlines have canceled their flights.
Down.
They weren't shut down though. They're saying that they just canceled them. So it looks like the government didn't shut them down.
I'm telling you, government shut those jokers down.
So I need to go check my flight now.
Social distancing. I told you, no one's getting
I'll drive.
flights.
I don't care. I'll drive it.
No one's getting flights. So why do they need that money?
Because so what's going on, chat? I never take flu shots. Neither do I. I am never sick. Neither am I. Other people like my doctor and niece take them, and they're sick every year. How come?
No, but
Well, the thing about flu shots and vaccines is they're a temporary. The flu shot, for one, is a dead virus. So the dead virus activates your immune system, and the immune system will attack it. You'll build up antibodies, but those antibodies are actually temporary. And there's so many different strains of the flu, they literally will guess at which strain they think is going to be the most prominent that season, and that's the one they'll make the virus, the vaccine for. And I mean, it's really like I think it's like an 8% chance or something that they'll get the right vaccine. Most of the time they don't get it right. So and you're not going to build up any antibodies for the actual flu, and it actually hinders your herd immunity. Just look up herd immunity. That's the key to this whole coronavirus thing, is to build up a herd immunity.
all the homies got billions of dollars. All the homies got it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get
Why
started
would
on
the
that. Man.
airport need $8 billion? Tell me.
10 billion.
They got $10 billion.
$10
Why
billion
would they need that?
Pay rent, I guess, or something. Because the
Besides their rent,
planes aren't moving.
the planes ain't moving. They don't need.
So-
they don't
so if
need
the planes
fuel.
aren't-
They don't need
I know.
staffing. Besides the building and the upkeep and electric.
What
and
upkeep
all
of
that.
what?
I don't know, but
They're not doing anything.
They got rent and property or whatever that stuff. But what else
Do they?
need?
Do they got rent? Does airports pay rent?
I'm pretty sure they paid so.
I question everything, man. That's the libertarian way. We question everything.
They pay rent and they gotta pay for the lights and stuff.
You got me messed up. I forgot what.
And all that good stuff. So what? $10 billion? Why? And then the citizens. Oh, y'all get a loan. We get loans,
This one's scheduled right here to Dallas, Texas.
dude.
9:45.
You're not going anywhere in 2 weeks. I can promise you. You're not leaving flight. You're not coming off that ground unless you jump. That's the only way
this one,
you're getting in the sky.
This one,
a white man can't jump.
Look, this one's scheduled. This is departing.
I'm telling you.
9:45 a.m. Arrives
That's
Dallas,
not
Texas.
for you.
Terminal 1.
If you think you're going to that airport,
I'm just saying.
you call them up. You're not going to the airport. There's no one at
See, we
here.
got departures.
There's no one at. I keep telling
If you
them.
got planes leaving, then there's got to be somebody at the airport.
I told you only emergency people that have.
Look at all them departures, man.
Emergency.
I'm looking for my flight now.
You're not
I'm leaving.
leaving the ground.
Let me check.
You're not.
Let me check my
leaving.
flight status. Departures.
You think he's flying? They're not flying. You're in quarantine.
They haven't sent me a notice.
They don't. Alright.
I gotta go to McAllen,
You
man.
think he's flying? Oh, it's just not happening.
They haven't canceled our Libertarian State Convention yet either.
That's
I don't know what they're gonna do about that. So let's look at some of the other things. Oh yeah, there's $150 billion.
Nice.
There's $150 billion of pork that's going to go to state and local governments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess we could finish building our water parks and arenas and other pork spending that us here in El Paso are so fond of. So I guess so what this will do is it will bail. So it's supposed to be used for fighting the outbreak and stuff, and so
Right.
so what I see happening is whatever money they get to El Paso, they'll take the bare minimum to support the health community in fighting the outbreak, and then they'll use the rest of it for their own pork spending.
What does that mean? I mean, why do we just go along with you get millions of dollars to fight the outbreak? All these governments, what really are they doing? I mean, they're isolating, quarantine. I mean, what do you spend that money on? I mean, because it's not the local, the local that is doing the vaccine. I mean, you got like big scientists. I mean, what exactly do you need millions and millions of dollars? I mean, how are you fighting it?
Oh, you should see the health thing in the package.
How are they fighting it? I mean, what? I mean, yes, okay, buying masses.
Yeah, they need to buy ventilators and masks.
Ventilators.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how the government had a surplus supply of ventilators.
Yes, it's
Why?
crazy.
Why does the federal government need
Man,
a
I get
stash
along.
of ventilators?
We give out all this unnecessary money, and I get a loan. The people that actually need the money, that boost the economy, gets loans.
$367 billion. These are just the cliff notes of it.
Is that it? I hope no one else is getting money.
Corporate Relief Fund. $425 billion is set aside for the Federal Reserve to leverage into loans to distressed companies. $75 billion available to
What's up?
specifically hard-hit industries.
Like small businesses.
No, man. Small businesses do not get bailouts, dude. They don't.
Get loans.
They get no love. Same reason, like, that's why the middle class don't get no love.
This is pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty messed up.
They can't bail out small businesses. There's too many of them. That's the same reason why they can't not raise taxes on the middle class, because there's too many of us. In a good economy, at least there should be. Big extension of unemployment benefits, so that's another good part of this.
Just said we're
Package,
being
so.
bound by social distance. We are not 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we are. We're actually in totally different rooms.
We are.
There's like a split right here.
This is really good editing.
Yeah, it's high-tech studio stuff going on here. Actually, we're related. You don't need
Boom.
a social distance from
Nope.
from family, so I mean.
Exactly. This is messed up. Well,
Messed up.
I don't get nothing but a loan. I don't even get
Let
1,200.
alone. You want to look at some of the other pork in here? Some people are getting some money.
Involve Russia helps Trump's first attempt. I need my phone. David, no.
Yeah, you're probably playing games on it. So, some of the other pork that's in this thing. This is the pork for. I'm scrolling up now. This is the stuff at the very bottom of the bill. If you want to, you could just scroll to the bottom and you can see the big fat pork. What is your thoughts on this helping? I don't know. You got asked about this. Russia helped him in his first term. Now China releases a coronavirus, helps in the second term. What do you think about that? I got some thoughts on that. Grants and aid for
Never
airports.
take flu shots.
There's a $350 million in this thing for migration and refugee assistance.
Oh, he is looking out for those people now. Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, look at that.
The VA. We got about $16 billion for the VA. Not very much. We didn't get as much as the refugees. Oh no, the refugees got 350 million. So we got more than the refugees. We got 16 billion for VA. We didn't get as much as the airport, though. Did we?
I don't want to hear nothing about the airport. I am.
So the
on strike.
So this is the real this is the real help your buddy out part, right? This is for the Senate. So the Senate itself. The Department of Education.
Oh, okay.
The Department of Education got a stabilization fund, $30,750,000,000.
Really?
Yeah, to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus domestically or internationally.
Department of Education.
I told you it's always the same thing.
But with the one that's going virtual schooling now, and there's no schools, no rents, no anything now, no teacher pay. The ones that Department of Education.
This is what your government does, people. This is what they do.
What?
That's what they do. Okay, now we're going to get into the legislative branch of the Senate, right? The Senate has contingent expenses of the Senate. The sergeant at arms and the doorkeeper of the Senate are getting $1 million to remain available until expended to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus domestically or internationally. $1 million for the sergeant at arms and the doorkeeper. That's on top of their normal salary. I'm expecting, right? Then miscellaneous items for $9 million. The House of Representatives, they're going to get $25 million for salaries and expenses. For the House of Representatives.
We got hooked up.
The Office of the Attending Physician gets $400,000. The Capitol Police, these are the people who patrol the Capitol, $12 million. The Architect of the Capitol, $25 million.
Everybody's getting raises.
Capitol Construction and Operations gets $25 million. The Library of Congress gets $700,000.
So they're fighting Corona too. They gotta.
The Government Accountability Office. There's a Government Accountability Office? They need to get fired. We have a Government Accountability. Did anybody know that? They get $20 million. To be quiet.
He just made that position up so he can have some stash money.
I guess so.
Where is that? What is that? I've never heard that in any That's the first time I've heard of that agency.
The Government Accountability Office?
Yes. No one has even mentioned or said anything in 50 years.
Ever, right?
In 50,
Ever.
You've never heard of such an office.
So here's what the Forestry Service gets, right? For forest and rangeland research, $3 million. National Forest System, $34 million. Capital Improvement and Maintenance, $26.8 million. Wildfire Management, $7 million.
The virus is deadly, man. Everybody needs money to fight the virus. Every department.
NASA's getting $60 million.
Every department needs money to fight the corona.
Man, what? I didn't write the actual amount.
Who don't need money? Who's not fighting the coronavirus? Oh, small businesses. This is messy.
Legal Service Corporation, $50 million. So that's kind of the quick notes. I need to get that number for what the Department of Defense got because I think they're going to war. It's going to be we got the war on terror, war on drugs. We're going to have the war on corona. I'm pretty sure you can't shoot this thing though, but let me keep scanning through it. What else are we going to talk about? Are we done talking about the package?
Yeah.
You look depressed now.
I'm done. People don't need. All right.
But there was something in here about nonprofits, man.
I've heard everything I need to know. I need to take out a loan. I get a free
There's some
loan.
math in here too about the loan forgiveness. The amount of loan forgiveness under this section shall be reduced but not increased by multiplying the amount described in subsection B by the quotient obtained by dividing the average number of full-time equivalent employees per month employed by the eligible recipient during the covered period by capital I, at the election of the borrower, AA, the average number of full-time equivalent employees per month employed by the eligible recipient during that period beginning on February 15, 2019 and ending on June 30th, 2019. Or the average... Got all that?
Yeah. Got it.
I don't. I read it and I don't even know what the heck it means.
You got it.
Apparently there's some math involved in your getting your forgiveness too.
All right. Rona's big time, man. Rona is big time.
Try to book a ticket.
Yeah, you ain't get no ticket. They're telling you don't get no ticket. Nobody going nowhere, man. Rona. If you're from Mexico, it's at Rona. If you're from Jamaica, it's the boom bacla, the volisman.
How long will it take till everything goes back to normal? So no more distancing, if it ever will. You know, that's a good thing, a good point. It's because we talked about the flattening the curve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want this thing over with as fast as possible so we can get back to normal. But we're doing all of these things that we're doing now is to flatten the curve. But when you flatten the curve, they're the same amount of people are going to get infected. But what we're trying to do is stretch it out over a longer period of time. So everything that we're doing is trying to stretch this out and make it longer. And at the same time, we want to get it over with as soon as possible so we can get back to normal. So, you know, it's a catch-22. I mean, we can't get it over with faster without killing more people.
He hooked all the big guys up.
Oh, that wasn't even all of it, man.
He hooked all the big guys up.
The
There's
Bureau of Prisons.
No way he's.
The Bureau of Prisons.
No way
got
he's
some
getting
money.
out of office.
Everybody got money.
Everyone that's somebody that needs votes that's gonna get you in. There's no one. He hooked everybody up. There's no way. Well, he wasn't getting out anyway because neither Biden or Bernie would be able to. They just don't have anyone to. No one strong to. No, let me ask you this: if Obama could run again, Obama versus Trump, who wins that election?
It would all depend on Obama's. Is Obama going to go full socialist like Bernie?
He's going to do exactly what he's done.
He would probably win though.
Yeah,
I think he would have a good chance.
Oh yeah.
I don't know though.
He would beat Trump.
He probably would.
He would.
I think if Michelle ran.
But if he came out right now and could
if they would just
right now, he wouldn't beat him.
If they would just put a halfway decent candidate that wasn't an old white guy.
Before this package, because he's got everybody now. He's got everybody in his pocket now. But before this package, he would. But even if he come out now, he wouldn't beat him.
Well, that's what your commenter was talking about. How this whole coronavirus comes out and it's going to help him in his reelection.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's an excellent point. He's going to come out looking like a hero in this thing.
No, he just hooked up the right people. He hooked up all the people that you need.
And this $2 trillion package. This is the largest package.
Someone said Bernie's not a socialist. Stop that. Let me see what they're getting. Someone's mad. You got a Bernie fan. Bernie is not a socialist. The way you were saying he is.
Bernie is a self-proclaimed socialist. I don't know why people are saying Bernie's not a socialist. Bernie says that he's a socialist. He points to Fidel Castro and Cuba as a success. I mean, he's done it in the past. I mean, he's a socialist.
Okay, so another thing that was on our topic list, I guess we can go to the next topic. This was just a short one. Just a second or two.
Just to lighten the mood. You want to lighten the mood a little bit?
Before since we are on this path, dealing with how long this is going to last and if this goes on throughout the summer and whatnot. And the topic was, could Trump use this to, hey, we're going to delay the election because we can't have people out and whatnot. There can't be no voting or whatnot.
To be honest, if there's a
would
legal...
this be the first time that we see a president stay?
It would be. It would be unprecedented.
Yeah,
and,
stay in office without being voted because we can't have older elections.
I don't think it's not likely that this is going to get drug out all the way to.
You don't think so?
I mean, but really, the real serious issue right now is, as far as third-party candidates, like me being a libertarian, is our state conventions by law. At least in the state of Texas, it's different for every state. But I mean, we're only at 35 ballot. We only got 35 states where we have ballot access. We still need to get those other 15 states on board, and that's a big deal. I mean, you guys need a third choice on the ballot in every single state, and with all this stuff that's going on, it's causing some serious problems with with third-party candidates trying to get on the ballot. I mean, just here in the state of Texas for the Libertarian Party, our state convention is by law, it has to be held on, I think, April 18th. I mean, that's when we have to do our nominations at our state convention. It has to, and it has to be live. I mean, by law, by Texas election law, we're supposed to have this convention. And then national convention is in May, Memorial Day weekend, May 20th, I think, in Austin. That's the national convention, and by law, we have to have it on that day, and it has to be live. I mean, we have to actually convene a convention, do voting, do nominations and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, that's going to seriously hurt the whole election process, especially for third parties.
All right.
So, but yeah, as far as Trump extending he can't do that. I don't really see that. For one, I don't think this is going to get drug out all the way to November. I think it'll be over with before summer at the most. Hopefully, a lot sooner than that. But I mean, we got that video. If you want to hear Trump speaking for himself about trying to get people back to work. And,
to Easter. He said he wanted it done by Easter.
Yeah, he wants people back in church by Easter.
Yeah, Easter Sunday. He said it.
My pastor is 100% behind that.
We have our third choice. You will see that. I promise. So things will be interesting. Bernie is not a socialist, not in the way you are thinking, but it's okay. You can vote one of the other two who are both brain dead. All love, though. Hope we survive. Talking to you. Swear.
Who's that? Who's brain dead?
I don't understand the comment, I think.
What was it again?
Not in the way...
Which one?
When you were explaining the socialist, he is a
Oh,
socialist.
not in the way that you're thinking, but it's okay. You can vote one of the other two who are both brain dead. All love, though. Hope we survive.
Is then you can go ahead and vote on either Biden or Trump.
No. You're not going to catch me. I don't vote brain dead, stupid Republicans or Democrats. It's not going to happen. I don't want the same thing that we've been going through for the past 50 years. More spending, more taxing. Give me all your money so I can spend it. The Republicans and the Democrats are exactly the same. I guess you didn't get that. Maybe I need to put my sign up or something. My sign.
Because you ain't wearing your shirt.
Oh, I know. I got to wear joy, though.
Joy.
We're watching King of Country
There's
tonight.
not a lot of joy right now.
They're going to hang this up somewhere so it can be seen or something. I'm just going to get a big Libertarian banner to put back here.
She said thank you for saying that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, hey man, no, it's nothing but love. I mean, and I don't hate on Bernie people. I just think they don't understand how. I think honestly, I don't think people really need to look at the history of socialism. And I know what you're saying, that the version of socialism I'm talking about isn't the version that Bernie talks about. But socialism is socialism, and if you just give a little bit of socialism, then that little bit gets a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And I know what you're saying, but. Even the amount of socialism we have now is horrible. I mean, Medicare and Social Security are the biggest drains on the U.S. economy right now, and it's the two most socialist programs we have in the United States, and it's literally 60% of federal spending is for Social Security and Medicare, and Social Security can't even fund itself right now.
We need to get out of that.
So that's what I'm saying. Socialism, period, sucks. Every little bit of it doesn't work. The free market system is the only thing that's going to benefit everybody. Everybody can flourish. You know, it leaves the door wide open. The opportunities are wide open for anybody to flourish in a free market society. But I'm going to get off that. We're straining again. Anyways,
okay, stand to our topics.
Michael had a question. So what if a lost corona will be out there when it's clear, and new virus attacks also? We might as well dance and kiss everyone. I don't know, because the problem is the whole flattening the curve thing is we don't want to overload the hospitals. I don't have the thing on. I'll put it back up there again. But so that's the whole flattening the curve thing. At some point on the curve is as much people as our hospital system can take. So what we don't want to do is have this huge spike in infected people that flood the hospitals, and then the people who really need help end up dying. That's what happened in Italy, which, by the way, has a socialized single payer system.
And Mike,
like
where are you at, Mike? Mike said that they are allowed out on Friday nights.
You get yard time? We get yard time. So we got yard time
for groceries.
for groceries. So should we play the video, or do you want to talk about the challenges?
Oh, which one? I gotta turn off my ringer.
We got YouTube.
Oh, which one?
The Trump. Let's listen to the president first.
Okay.
Listen, and then we'll end it off with some.
Guys, I know that was super loud. Sorry. Let me.
Oh, but are we gonna? If we can listen to it,
Turn my-
if we can listen to it, I'll just mute the mic.
Yeah. So
We'll listen, then we'll
hear
pause it, and then we can comment on what our illustrious leader has to say.
Matt Marino on my channel. Let's see what he said. Dave newscast this morning said virus will slow down over summer from heat and humidity, but will pick back up in fall.
There's some science to that viruses don't do very well
Doing good, Michael.
in hot. You froze.
Because of that phone call. Sorry, I had it.
Should I wait?
Yeah, wait for a sec.
Okay.
It'll only take a second. Once
Oh, I didn't. I thought I made it viewable.
back
Did I make it I did not make it viewable? No, I did not. All right, we're gonna pop it up there.
Come on, reconnecting.
All right. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Hey, we're back.
All right, we got the video. If you're on,
Oh yeah, let me repost that.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm actually on Dave podcast representative here in Texas. So he did a podcast. I'm on his channel today. So I about to post the link in the chat. He's about to play a video. He's got a. You won't see the green screen if you're at his channel. So go to his channel. Make sure you subscribe, and that way you can get the full. There we go. The full experience of his podcast because he doesn't have the green screen and whatnot. So go to his channel. He's about to play a video from our president, and you guys won't be able to see it if you're not over there. So go check it out, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining up.
yeah, I'll give you a minute to get over there.
Yeah, I'll give you a few seconds. So talk about them trying to pass DNR for coronavirus patients in the hospital.
DNR.
Yeah, DNR.
What's DNR?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Chill.
Pass DNR.
They're trying to pass DNR.
Do not resuscitate.
Someone said this is what we need to do.
Get right with God. I agree 100%. Faith over fear.
1918 Spanish flu scenario. We didn't do all this for the Spanish flu. That was pretty good.
When they I guess when they reached a certain point, they just let them die.
They did though.
Yeah, I mean, so it didn't overwhelm the system.
They did.
There's another topic we won't get into now because it could be a little division. But I don't know if you've heard about this, but the state of Texas has stopped all abortions that don't put the life of the mother at risk because they're elective procedures.
Oh wow.
So of course all the pro-abortion people are suing the Texas government for it. But,
Okay.
so I did you see the post I put on Facebook?
I didn't.
I was like, this could very well possibly save more lives than the virus will take.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's a whole nother topic.
Okay, there, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and play the video. I'm actually on his podcast, so you won't see the green screen. You have to go to his channel so you can actually see the video and our setting. But we're gonna go ahead and play. We gave some people some time. I'll put the link out.
YouTube Libertarian Dave. So I'm going to mute the mic because we want to listen to it too, and then we want to pause it and comment if our illustrious president says something interesting. Hopefully you can hear it.
The American people for answering the call, following our guidelines, and making the sacrifices required to overcome this terrible threat. More aggressively, we commit to social distancing. So important. Social distancing, such an important phrase. And we do it right now. The more lives we can save and the sooner we can eventually get people back to work, back to school and back to normal. And there are large sections of our country probably can go back much sooner than other sections. And we're obviously looking at that also. People are asking, is that an alternative? I say absolutely, it is an alternative. I have now approved major disaster declarations for New York, California, Washington, Iowa, Louisiana, Texas, and Florida. That has...
You say Texas?
Texas.
Major emergency declarations for Texas. I didn't know that.
We're here.
I wonder how many cases we have in Texas now. I haven't looked today.
I
haven't looked today.
I was starting to, too.
All right, keep going. You didn't hear anything interesting yet?
No?
Great significance, as you know, and legal significance. We're in a constant grouping, and I can say this, we have a large grouping of people that does nothing but communicate with the various officials, including we've been spending a lot of time with New York officials because that really is by far the hottest spot. They've got a number of very tough...
Cut screen to a basketball court?
What is that?
You cut screen to a
It's
basketball
that's a maple leaf, too. Is that a Canadian basketball court?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, we're communicating with officials in New York because that seems to be the hot spot. Anyway, we're back to Trump.
Weeks ahead of them. The governor's doing a very good job. I spoke to the governor, Governor Cuomo, last night and this morning, and he mentioned that in his remarks that he's using that we are using, and I think he feels, because he understands negotiation, he thinks we're using very appropriately the Defense Production Act, and we're using it where needed. It's a great point of leverage. It's a great negotiating tool. But I will tell you, there's tremendous spirit from people and tremendous spirit with respect to these companies. And I don't have to use it very much at all. They want to do it. As you know, General Motors is involved, Ford's involved, 3M's involved, others.
Okay, for a second I was trying to figure out what he was talking about. He was talking about is an act that's been around since I think prior to World War II. Mm-hmm. And what it does is the federal government has the ability to force manufacturers to start making equipment. They used it in World War II to make guns. So I was an armorer when I was in Germany in mid '90s, and I had a 50 caliber machine gun that was made by Whirlpool. It had the Whirlpool stamp on the machine gun. I think I took a picture of it. That was centuries ago. We didn't have cell phones back then. But yeah, so that's what the act that he's talking about is that the federal government has the ability during an emergency or crisis or war to force manufacturers to make whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want. It doesn't matter if you're in that field or not.
Yeah. They just because they're basically just melting steel, and so they just got to put the molds. They just give them the molds, and they start. They like, I think GM and stuff, where they stopped pumping out cars. They started pumping out airplanes during World War II. So I think that's the act. He's saying that they haven't had to use it because the corporations are voluntarily doing.
He said that much, so
yeah.
Some people he's been cracking down on.
Maybe
he said we haven't had to use it that much.
He's not specifying the ones he's had to get tough with, I guess.
Are involved, and they're all working very hard to produce all different products. We had very little product when we came. We built it up, and we give it away as fast as we can to the different states. We're also, as you know, building numerous hospitals and medical centers throughout certain areas in New York. It's at the convention center, the Javits Convention Center. We're doing 4 hospitals, and we're doing throughout the state 4 medical centers there, somewhat different. I want you to know that I'm doing everything in my power to help the city pull through this challenge. I'm working very hard.
So
I was catching up on my comments.
Okay, so you know what he did with the hospitals too. They some hospitals they did it in Texas. That's how they open up. Texas governor, he was bragging about it on last night. I looked. They were able to open up 3,000 beds. They opened up 3,000 beds within 5 hours because Donald Trump hospitals and medical centers that was closed down, they gave forgiveness. You don't have to. They were closed down because of licensing and registering different licensing.
Oh, really?
So they waived
Oh,
everything.
really?
So they were
yeah. How,
he said,
you know,
was amazing.
it's an interesting point, and I want people to pay attention to
so
this.
they waived all the licenses.
Because there's been
building, some were shut down because of building permits.
Like there was regulations and restrictions on telemedical, right? Telehealth stuff, right? And they're like, we're lifting the regulations and licensing. You know, the libertarians believe in almost no regulations or licensing in any industry. It should all be privatized. You know, the federal government should just get the hell out of everything. And look, during this crisis, we have this major emergency. And what's the government do? They're like, oh my God, you know, we need to start saving lives. So they start pulling back all these regulations and licensings. So the government's like, hey, we better start getting our hands out of all this stuff because we're costing people their lives. Well, guess what? They were costing people their lives before this crisis happened too. So just keep your stinking hands out of everybody's business.
That's true.
You know?
I thought it was funny. Yeah, they lift all regulations. So all these hospitals and stuff that got shut down, they're open. And they got 3,000 bids at it. He said because he was thinking Trump. I listen when I get notifications whenever he's talking and whatnot. So he's like, yeah,
Toronto ballers. I'm trying to catch up on my comments real quick. Russian relax says New York City is a war zone. Hospitals policy for employees, regardless if positive, if your fever is normal for 3 days, you can return to work. New York City has more than a quarter of the country's cases. One doctor just died. They can return to work. They do know that this virus basically hides in your body, contagious for a week. I mean, literally, I could be contagious right now. We could be contagious right now.
It's 14 days, I thought.
Yeah, well, it could be 14 days. I mean, I know it's a week or more, but I mean, it's like when people have flu symptoms and they're laying in bed. At that same point, this virus is like nothing. It's just sitting there, breeding in your body. You know, so wow.
It can stay alive on hard surfaces for up to like 7 hours. They said it's crazy. Doorknobs.
Oh wow.
Doorknobs, stuff.
It started in Washington, and because we did not listen to Trump and took our own measures, we're doing better than by who is on the other side of the country. It's true. That's true. You know, if we would, I mean, literally, these corporations, these companies, I think some of them already are. They're just defying the FDA, and say, you know what, we don't need your approval. We're just going to start distributing these to the hospitals, these test kits and stuff. I mean, there's a test kit that you prick your finger right now, and it will tell you if you have antibodies. Because this thing started in China in November. We didn't even start doing anything about it until the beginning of March. So, I mean, how many people were infected in the United States between November and March? Millions, probably. So there's millions of us running around that probably have the antibodies, and this little test can tell if you have antibodies that you've already had it and got over it, and they can draw your plasma out and use that plasma to help people that are immune compromised and save lives with it. I mean, I would take the test.
Yep.
You know, if you had my antibodies, I'd take all the plasma you need. Just make sure I stay alive.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Queens, New York got a fridge truck at one hospital to stock all the positive patients that are dead. Wow. They're understaffed, so they have to go back to work on the news this morning. Docs coming forward regardless of repercussions. And it's one of the most socialist states in the country.
All right.
All right, we'll move on now. I think I've caught up on comments. I can see comments now. If I see a comment come across that's relevant, I'll try to pause and talk about it.
Hard in New York. It's really by far our biggest problem. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. But there's a lot of good, capable people working on it with us, and our teams are working very well with the state representatives. We're also doing some very large testings throughout the country. I told you yesterday that in South Korea, and this is not a knock in any way, because I just spoke with President Moon. We had a very good conversation about numerous other things, but they've done a very good job in testing. But we now are doing more testing than anybody by far. We do more in 8 days than they do in 8 weeks, and we go up on a daily basis exponentially. So it's really good. By the way, while I'm on it, I also spoke with Prime Minister Abe of Japan last night, and I congratulated him on a wise choice. I think it's going to be a fantastic Olympics 2021. I think it's going to be a fantastic Olympics. It was the absolute right decision to delay it for a full year and now have a full, beautiful Olympics. It's going to be very important because it's probably the first time, maybe ever, or certainly in a long time, that it was on a odd year. It's always on an even year, they tell me. But he's going to have a fantastic success, and now they'll have even more time. He didn't need any more time. Everything was perfectly ready. What a job they've done. But Japan, I want to congratulate Japan, the IOC, and Prime Minister Abe on a great decision. I think it's going to be a fantastic Olympics. I told him I'll be there. I'll be there.
El Paso and Las Cruces homeowners. What if I told you you could start saving $100?
As we fight to protect American lives, we're also protecting American livelihoods. Democrats and Republicans in the Senate are very close to passing an emergency relief bill for American workers, families, and businesses. This legislation, in addition to the 2 bills I signed this month, it includes, as you know, sick leave, and we have all sorts of things in for the workers, for families. But we have a tremendous paid sick leave provision for workers at no cost at all to the employers. And that's a big thing, no cost to the employers. We want to get everybody back working. Together, this $2.2 trillion legislative package is bigger than anything, I believe, ever passed in Congress. Perhaps, relatively speaking, if you go back, look during the FDR New Deal days, there was something that if you time value it, you could say it was bigger. I don't know. But this is certainly, in terms of dollars, by far and away the biggest ever done. And that's a tremendous thing because a lot of this money goes to jobs, and families.
Yeah.
A lot of this money goes to jobs through loans. Goes to families. We already discussed $360 billion to families. $1.6 billion to pork spending in the federal government.
Yeah.
The Senate bill, as you know, includes $350 billion in job retention loans for small businesses, with loan forgiveness available for businesses that continue paying their workers. They continue paying their workers. That's what we want. We want them to keep their workers and pay their workers. This will help businesses keep workers on the payroll and allow our economy to quickly accelerate as soon as we defeat the virus. $300 billion in direct cash payments will be available for every American citizen earning less than $99,000 per year. That would be $3,400 very quickly for the typical family of 4. Nothing like that's ever been done in our country. Up to $250 billion in expanded unemployment benefits. The average worker who has lost his or her job will receive 100% of their salary for up to 4 full months. Unlike normal unemployment benefits, independent contractors and the self-employed.
That's actually not normal unemployment benefits. You never get 100% even when you're on unemployment. It's only like,
Oh yeah. It's I've never been on unemployment.
Oh yeah, it's only like 60, maybe.
But I think that's probably something that's gonna
up to 4 months. That's actually really good. 100% of what you. Yeah, it's only.
But that's gonna whatever they're putting into that.
Insane.
They're gonna need more. There's gonna be so many people out of work for so long. They're estimating our unemployment might get up to 20%. 20% of the population could be unemployed by the end of this thing. So.
Oh yeah.
So anyways, let's go ahead and try to wrap this thing up.
Right.
Do you want to keep listening to this?
I think he got to the main.
Yeah, I think he's going over the package details now.
Package.
So yeah, I mean we've already talked all about his package. So we're done talking about Trump's package.
It's a big package.
It's pretty big.
Not going on.
It's almost as big as FDR's. He's saying.
Such little hands.
Man, this guy, he's talking about New York. Are you in New York? Russian relax? Are you in New York? He said New York Senator stated the other day he's going to leave the parks open, but if they see any kids playing sports in it, they're going to close them down and militarize them. Man.
That's hilarious.
They're taking hoops down in New York City.
Are they really taking hoops down? Just stop playing. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, yeah, man, they gave themselves a raise. I already went over that. We were going over the raise. They're like $43 million, I think they gave themselves.
Yeah, the police.
Yeah.
The police department needed that. They need to get the ladders so they can take all that stuff down. So that's where all that money's going. That's the link to his channel for those of y'all, a few that came. I see a bunch are over there now. You can go over to his channel. So you won't see the green screen so you can see the video plan and whatnot.
Yeah. Let me see what else I got for. Well, I can look at them there now. It's actually more convenient looking at my hair.
That's hilarious.
If they he said take down basketball hoops, black people can't catch COVID. Have you not heard?
I knew he was messing around. I knew that.
It's like that's the only people that play basketball. I play basketball.
I play ball. I play basketball.
Who's ready?
Alrighty. Ma 2.
My name
It's
is
half to 60. Good math, Volvy.
King and Country in 30 minutes.
What
So
was that about?
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah, we'll be there.
I don't know if Tanisha's coming. I said it's from the house.
No,
not-
we're not doing that.
Yeah. Later.
When Granny get buried, maybe they'll realize I should catch COVID-19. I hope that ain't some kind of real rumor that's going around. Like this virus is. No, that's not a good thing.
They ain't taking no basketball courts down, and they not doing that.
No, he's not playing. They said they're taking the basketball course now.
They're
He said,
not.
"I'm not playing." They're taking the
He's
basketball
playing.
court.
They're not doing that. They're not
They
military.
planted C4 in the playgrounds. Y'all are crazy.
You should have seen that.
I'm not
You
reading your
gotta
comments
see
no
that
more.
ahead of time. No, yeah, I was joking. You gotta see that ahead of time. As soon as you said they militarized it and they kicking kids off the playground.
Well, you can't have basketball games and stuff. You can't have you got to have social distancing. So that would be kind of hard to guard.
Well, what sport can you
You
still
be like
play?
6 feet away, get charging.
Well, what sport can you still play where you don't need? Oh, dodgeball.
Yeah, well, you still have to stay social. How would the people in the middle? You could play.
What sport can you play where you can be socially? Baseball. Baseball is pretty
Extreme
social.
gaming.
Baseball, they're all in their fields.
Yeah,
and
you can baseball.
Yeah, you can still do
Well,
baseball.
it'd be kind of hard for the catcher because he's kind of right up behind them.
Ooh.
But otherwise, yeah,
No, but the catcher's got all the masks.
that mask ain't gonna work. They say the cloth masks don't work. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was hearing somewhere the cloth mask.
Okay, so we've got.
But hey, I hear people licking toilet bowls.
They are. It's the Corona challenge. That's
the
a
Corona
huge
challenge,
thing.
right?
So, and one guy, wait, do you got a video up?
No, I don't have a video up of that. Yeah.
Oh, YouTube.
There's a video of
what they call it, a compilation.
compilation of people licking toilet bowls.
Yeah, of the doing the coronavirus challenge. You lick toilet bowls or you cough on people in public and get their reaction.
Don't
It's
cough
a big-
on me in public.
It's a big thing on TikTok.
95% of the time I'm in public, I'm armed. I'm just saying. Don't come to Texas and cough on people. Not a good idea.
Josh got it right.
What?
Yeah, best sport.
That's right. That's right. Video games save lives. All them gamers living in their mama's basements and stuff.
Mountain Dew.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so they are. It's the licking toilet bowl challenge, and
Do we really want to put that video up?
you go and
Should we put the video up? I'll
Yeah.
put it up.
Yeah, put it up. That's what they're doing on TikTok. It's called the Coronavirus Challenge. If you guys, it's just show that it's supposed to raise awareness that
Start saying it.
I'm telling you why they're doing this, like the water bucket challenge and whatnot. There's a good thing behind it, they say. So if you do the Coronavirus Challenge, you're showing the world and you're showing our society to don't panic, that it's okay, and don't isolate yourself, and love wins still. And so you're supposed to go out in public and just take a video of you, licking a public toilet bowl or whatnot.
Moron who looked this one here.
Oh yeah, you got that, but you got compilations and whatnot. Influencers. Yeah, that's the story. That one was on the Breakfast Club. He did one. This guy, I think he was compilation.
Was that Dr. Phil?
Yeah, Dr. Phil had him on one. But it's a big thing. Coronavirus challenge. Yeah, you can play the story from Breakfast Club too, but we can see some of the challenges and. Yeah, it's going viral on TikTok. A bunch of people are doing it. Oh wait, Cardi B did it? Oh no, they're just dancing to it. That's the dance.
It's a dance compilation.
That's the dance. Go up, and that one goes viral. That starts from the end. Ah, see what GMA. Good Morning America. They can talk about it. Yeah, I'll talk
This
about
one?
it. Yeah, play it. Oh well, you got.
We're gonna have much more now on the coronavirus and the videos flooding your children.
All right, so
It'll take me a second.
Yeah, he's getting the video up on the. Hey guys, so he's getting the video up on the. What started the Coronavirus Challenge, where you can lick toilet bowls and whatnot, and yeah. And you got kids coughing on people in public. Hi, y'all. B Square said hi, y'all.
What up, y'all? You sound like you from Texas, too. You from Texas?
Probably Louisiana.
We're gonna have much more now on the coronavirus and the videos flooding your children's social media feeds. Some of them may be helpful, but others confusing, and some of them even frightening. Becky Worley took a look at what's being posted, and she's in San Francisco with more on this. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning to you, Amy. If your kids are online, they're hearing about.
Let's go with.
Ready? All right.
What's going on? All right, now we're back.
There, we're back.
Okay.
There we go.
So, okay. You got the video. We can go ahead and play it now.
I play it.
See what's up?
Hey guys, those of you just joined us. I put the link. We're on this, and that way you won't see the green screen. You can see the video, but I'm on his channel, and there's the link to it if you want to hop on over there and sub, and that way you can actually get the full experience. We're starting in 10 seconds, so go ahead over there. Just click that link. There goes the win. All right.
It's not like something fell over on my roof, huh?
I'm dead. All right.
More on this. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning to you, Amy. If your kids are online, they're hearing about the coronavirus. Social media is filled with contents that are informative but also scary. So here's what parents need to know. News about the coronavirus is everywhere. TV, radio, digital. And if there's one thing we know about modern connected kids, if they're worried about something, they're going to search up more information on it. And this can be beneficial or anxiety producing. Take this TikTok video. This Vietnamese dancer's catchy hand-washing video has almost 3 million views, and TikTok users across the globe creating their own coronavirus memes. The World Health Organization posting its first ever video on the site. But there are also posts of people showing what it's like to be in quarantine. Funny for some, but kind of scary for younger kids. My kids have heard a lot about the virus, and they just confided in me yesterday that they're not sure if school's going to close, and they're nervous that their grandparents are going to get sick. So here's what the experts advise. Get in front of this. Know what your kids are watching and hearing. Let them know what's being done to keep them safe. Keep your information honest and simple. Validate their concerns, and be available for questions.
Now, some kids I've talked to are freaked out by the coronavirus, and others are meh. So one thing is for sure for us parents, we need to share our own worries with other adults, and if possible, shield our kids from that fear. Our job as parents is to make our kids feel safe to the best of our abilities, which can feel pretty daunting at times, Amy.
Yeah, no, certainly, but it's all good advice, Becky. In fact, we're going to get some more now. Let's go to psychiatrist Dr. Janet Taylor. She's joining us from Sarasota, Florida, and
Yeah, there was no toilet licking in that one. Apologize, people. We got to wrap this thing up anyway.
We do.
So.
But, hey guys, so I can let him wrap up. Hey, for Evolvers, I just want to say, hey, thanks for stopping on through. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We talked about quite a bit. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. I see you all tomorrow sometime. I'll see you all tomorrow sometime. We'll get another video up. I know Eminem. He had a video of Coffin. He did a little line. I know we went over a little bit on a live stream earlier this morning, so we might go over it. Other than that, I do thank you all. The Marinos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Marinos. Okay, that's your crew name. Guys, I thank you guys for having me. Also, I will see you all a little later. Evolvers, I'll see you guys. And good.
Hey, and for everybody else, I thank you for joining. I thank you for all your great questions and comments. I hope I went over Trump's package very well, so you guys have an understanding of how much your $1,200 or $3,400 or whatever you receive is actually going to cost you. That $2 trillion isn't just coming out of thin air. It actually has to be paid either through inflation or through your straight taxation. So this bill is going to come due eventually, I'm sorry to say. But I encourage you to stay educated and read between the lines and find the information on your own. Sometimes the news isn't your best source for knowledge. Thank you all for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And peace and love always. And go with God.